if I'm looking at what is, then that's what I'm emitting. And so then the law of attraction gives me more of what is. So what's the answer? I must stop looking at what is and distract myself from what is by thinking about where I'm going, by thinking about why I want the rain, not about how awful it is to not have enough of it.
Okay. But my question is why I keep repeating the same pattern. Only when I get to a certain number, then the investment it's closed or I have a problem.
You're doing it now.
Okay. I'll keep focusing on that.
That's why.
Okay.
That thing right there.
Okay.
That's why. I reach a certain investment and then I sabotage it. All right. Abraham, I keep reaching a certain level and then I don't let it go higher. Why? That's why. Abraham, I keep reaching a certain level and I don't let it go higher. Why? That's why. Because marble. Not enough. Or this is all I deserve. Or getting more is too much. And so what kinds of thoughts might one think? Because most people, when they hear us talking like this, they're thinking, well, I don't think that she is deliberately holding herself back from what she wants. And yet you are. So how might that be happening in your life experience? Well, a lot of people believe that there is this finite pie. There's this much to go around of food or clarity or even wellness, but money for sure. And so they have developed, not on purpose, a shortage consciousness where they say there's only this much to go around, and those people are taking too much, and those people are spending frivolously. And a story came back to Esther about a house she doesn't spend much time in, and it's in the snow country, and there are a lot of beautiful trees on the property, and Esther always has the Christmas lights installed because people from all over the valley, it's up on a hill, like to come up there and sit near that place and watch the sunsets and so forth. And a lot of people come just because of the beauty of the lights that Esther puts up every year. And so someone who knows Esther, who knows someone else who knows Esther, said to her that so-and-so said, why would she spend all of that money and she's not even going to be here to see the lights? And Esther said, a whole lot of people are there to see the lights. I like knowing that they're seeing the lights. I like knowing that they're taking their Christmas pictures in front of the lights. I like knowing that it's bringing pleasure to them. Well, isn't that an interesting misunderstanding? So is there something going on like that with you? Do you find yourself thinking, if I take too much, there will not be enough for others? I don't want to be so selfish as to take more than my fair share. Who gets to evaluate what the fair share is? Because the law of attraction is not offering any evaluation. There's no governor or meter or holding back of it. There is nothing in the universe that is saying, you've got enough, stop it. You should stop getting because you're depriving that person from getting, because that's not how it works. It's not a pie that is being split up. It is a pie that is expanding in proportion to the asking and the allowing. And so the more you ask for and the more you allow, the more probability that someone might get a whiff of your vibration and may begin to do the same. You can't get poor enough to help poor people be prosperous, or confused enough to help people find clarity who are confused. In other words, your thriving is the way you uplift. And so there was a woman who talked to us one day, and she described the place that she lived, and it was an apartment complex that she really didn't like very much. There were so many things about it that she didn't like. But she stayed there, and put up with the things that she didn't like. She didn't have enough closet space. The management was not pleasant to be around. She made quite a long list of things that she didn't like. And then she said, one day the apartment complex sent out a notice that pets were no longer allowed. And so you could finish out your lease, but you could not renew a new lease if you had a pet. And she had a cat. And so she said, and so I moved. And so we played with her a little bit. You wouldn't move to please yourself, but you moved to please your cat. And a lot of people think that way because they so want to be right, and they want to be good servants of others. But if you're not selfish enough to line up with your own desires and let them manifest fully into your experience, until you show yourself your ability to receive like that, you don't have anything to give anybody else either. You're just sort of practicing with each other shortage consciousness. And you can hear it all over the place. In other words, it's a very strong current or message in your world culture today. It's like people don't understand. Have you noticed the evolution of your economies? And yet there's nobody trucking in things from other planets. You don't have pipelines with oil flowing in and resources flowing in. It isn't like that. It's that your environment inspires a desire, and your desire causes the cooperative components to gather, and things just become more and more and more and more. So you will never deprive someone with your thriving. You will only encourage it. So feel how many marbles we just helped you to put in your bag just now. All of that perfectly logical, because you're understanding how the law of attraction works in this moment in time. Yes. So there are two things you're going to want to do. Get out ahead of it. And then when you find yourself in a moment of disappointment, do your best to distract yourself from the disappointment and find something that feels better. We encourage playing the game of something that enhances your sense of prosperity. We have two games that we offer. One is put $100 bill in your pocket and don't spend it, but know that it's there, and spend it mentally all day. If I really wanted it, I could buy that. If I wanted that, I could buy that. If I wanted that, I could get that one shoe. I could get that, I could get that, I could get that, I could get that, I could get that. And that enhances your sense of prosperity. The other is make a checkbook for yourself in your computer or on paper, and on the first day deposit $1,000 and spend it on something mentally. And on day 2, deposit $2,000 and spend it. And on day 3, $3,000. And on day 4, $4,000. On day 30, spend $30,000 that day. That takes some focus. On day 300, spend $300,000. Over a course of a year, you'll spend $66 million vibrationally. That does a lot to think of the marbles that you're dropping in as you do that with fun. And there's no resistance in a game that's fun, but there is an increase in your point of attraction with something like that.
Thank you so much.
We do know you heard us. We would like you to tell us why you want the rain, so to speak. Why do you want 10 times? Why do you want 10 times what you have so far allowed in your portfolio? Why do you want that?
That's a good question.
Well, it doesn't come easy because this conversation hasn't really shifted your vibration that much. But as you focus, you will feel it shift a little more. Why do you want it? What is it that you said you get so far? How far do you get before you sabotage yourself?
$300,000.
So why do you want 3 million? Why do you want 3 million?
I want to feel the freedom of I feel the money give me freedom.
All right, so I want to feel the freedom. Sounds like I don't have it. So speak of what the freedom feels like. what does that kind of financial freedom, what would that feel like? Describe that. Focus and feel it.
Okay.
Choices,
exploring the world, trying a new thing, a new adventure, exploring, I think, this kind of stuff.
Good. More?
Yes, more luxury life.
Yes. And you know what the big reason is? Because nothing else will do. Because the desire is there, and depriving yourself of the desire. So you said the perfect words as you began with us today. Why do I sabotage my desire? And we want you to think about, it's over there in your vibrational reality. Your inner being is all over it. Your inner being has already lined up circumstances and events to provide you with what you're asking for. And so the reason that it feels not good is simply because you set it in motion and you're not moving in the direction of it. I'm not allowing myself to realize something that I gave birth to. My life experience caused me to desire this, and my habit of thought is preventing me from getting it. That's jacked up. My life experience has caused me to create it vibrationally, and just like the seed in the ground, it will burst through the soil and it will blossom and bloom, and it will yield to me all of the fruits that it is supposed to yield to me. That's what's natural. Deprivation of something that you set in motion is not natural. That's why it doesn't feel good. It's not natural. Your inner being is promoting it, gathering the cooperative components. So the question is not only, why do I not let it get above 300,000? The question is, why do I not let my desires become a reality? Why do I not let my new desire become a new reality? Because you're stuck on the old reality. That's where you're focused. You're focused on the what is that you think is present tense, instead of on the what is, which is the true present tense. Does that make sense to you? So I want it because it's natural. I want it because if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire it within me, it has the wherewithal to deliver it. I want it because my life has set it into motion and it's there for me. I want it because my inner being knows I want it, and my inner being is focused upon me having it, and my inner being, along with the law of attraction, have gathered all of the cooperative components, so everything's lined up for me. And I want it because it's the path of least resistance, and I want it because that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is moving in the direction of the things that I desire. And I want it because holding back from it is not natural. Holding back from it is a self-imposed deprivation that is not what I signed on for when I came into this physical experience. Reflecting absence of desire is not who I am. That's like being an anti-creator. It's like not allowing myself to be who I am born to be, who I really am, who the larger part of me is. It's like a misunderstanding of who I am and what I'm supposed to have and what I'm supposed to allow myself to have. Let this universe demonstrate to you your worthiness and your abundance. Rather than asking the questions, why do I deprive myself? Instead, make this statement: it's ridiculous for me to deprive myself. It's just me and me. Why have I been assigning it to other things like the economy or the markets or something over which I have no control? Why don't I assign it to the thing that I do have control about, which is the direction of my thought, more important, the way I feel when I choose the direction of my thought? Doesn't that feel sure? Don't you know that right now? Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
Have fun with this.
Thank you so much.